Hi everyone, a word of warning. As we start this training today, I've got to tell you my cat is looking at my feet like he's about to pounce on me. So if you see me in this video and I start screaming, that's because my cat wants to attack my feet. I can tell that she's about to pounce. However, welcome here. If you're new here, my name is Monika Stachon. I'm the owner of this group. I'm a business and marketing coach, and I'm super excited to have you all here. Today, we're doing a training from the series Your Questions Answered, which means that I'm just basically coming over here and answering your questions. And I've been asked time and time again about hiring your first VA, how to do that, what do I need to know, where do I find them, etc., etc. So today we're going to be talking about that. So as you hop on, come and say hi in the comments. Let me know you're here, where you're watching from. And if you're watching the replay, then hashtag replay. And if you're a VA watching this, then tag yourself below as well and say, hi, I'm a VA. Just think so people know who you are, that we've got VAs in this group and they can find a great VA here too. So basically, welcome. Great to have you here. We've got Isabella. She says, finally, welcome, Monika. Yes, I do have to apologize. I have cancelled it twice, once because of a migraine. Second time because my dear friend has just turned up at my doorstep 2 hours too early. My fault. I didn't tell her I was doing a video, so she wasn't allowed to come so early. But yes, sorry that I've postponed it, but I'm here now. Super excited to talk to you about hiring your first VA. And by the way, congratulations. If you're here today and you're not a VA yourself, that means that your hard work has paid off. You're getting clients, your workload is getting bigger, you have lots of interesting projects going on. Things are happening for you. So far, you've been wearing all the hats. You've been your marketing department, you've been your sales department, your admin department. You take care of the delivery and the fulfillment of your services and offers. You're the customer service. You're the head of operations in your business. Not to mention, you're probably head of IT too. You've been wearing all of the hats. And it's hard, isn't it? It's quite hard. But you should be really proud of yourself because of all of that hard work got you where you are today. But also, you probably know that it's not going to get you, the same hard work is not going to get you to the next level, okay? You need to be extremely proud of yourself for what you've achieved so far, but now it's time to look at extra pair of hands. Why? Because you're tired. You can't do it all by yourself, and it's getting difficult. If you want your business growing, and you don't want to experience those like annoying income roller coasters, then having a VA is going to be absolutely amazing for you. Because we all love those roller coasters. We don't want them in our business. I can see that Isabella, she's a bilingual legal VA right here. Ooh, that is a really interesting niche. I love that. That's great. Thanks for sharing that with us. So, you're tired, you've been wearing all the hats, and now you've achieved some level of success, your workload is expanding, and you're ready to grow your team. You're thinking about hiring your first VA. So that's a brilliant decision. Congratulations. But how do you choose the right one? There's so many of them out there. I mean, in our industry alone, if you're a coach, then you're probably, most likely, I can say it with some certainty, you get bombarded in your DMs. With cold DMs from VAs and agencies offering you services from as little as $4 an hour to $70 an hour, right? But before you commit yourself to anything, first you need to get clear on what you need from your VA, and what is it that you want to outsource, what sort of things you're looking for, and choosing by price alone will leave you more stressed and frustrated than before you even had help in your business. So that's why I want to talk about first today. The first step to hiring a VA is to getting some clarity. So you need to start asking yourself some serious questions. For example, which area of business do you need support in the most? Because most VAs, like Isabella watching with us here live today, have their own specialties and niches. So if you want your VA to grow your social media accounts and to engage with your audience, you might prefer to go for somebody like a social media manager or a social media VA. If you struggle with getting your software set up and with technology in general, then you might want to pick a VA who has more tech experience. If you want help with your strategy and launching your office, you might need a launch strategist. And if you need help figuring all out and you don't know where to start, you've got a big vision, but you don't have actionable steps, you need some mindset help and you need a strategy, then you need a business coach or consultant. So you can determine this by asking yourself some questions first. And if my voice sounds croaky, that's because I think I have laryngitis, but I think it makes it sound cute. So we'll go with cute rather than laryngitis. So what questions do you need to ask yourself first? Number 1, what task do you need to outsource? Those things will be the biggest profit drainers in your business, okay? Those things will be the things that you know make a massive difference in your business and increase your revenue, but you just don't get to them. You don't have time to do them. Those things are currently done by you, but you and your face are not essential to getting those tasks done. Somebody else can do them when they're trained and they know what they're doing, okay? Make a list of all of these tasks. How much are these tasks taking you time-wise? Have you ever measured the time it takes you to create a piece of content? Have you ever measured the amount of time it takes you to repurpose a piece of content or set an appointment? How much does it take you to engage with people, set up your email marketing campaigns, do your tax returns and books and whatever it is that you're doing in your business? You need to know how much time these tasks take, so when you hire someone, you know exactly how much time they will need to get these things done and how many hours per week you need to hire them for. Hi Kasia, lovely to see you here. Lovely to see you here. So what you can do is you can download an app from the App Store or Google Play, which measures the time you take. It's basically like a stopwatch, but it measures the time that you take doing certain tasks. Okay, I would suggest you do that before you hire anyone, and you will realize how much time it takes. Because if you don't measure it, you don't know, and then you don't know what to expect from a team member when they come at you. And they say, well, that wasn't enough time to get all of this done. But you will know that, well, it actually takes you this certain amount of time. Okay, great. Next question you want to ask yourself is what tasks do you want to outsource? Because need and want are very different things. So what things do you currently do in your business that you hate doing? Do you just don't enjoy getting them done and you often procrastinate on? Which task do you procrastinate on the most? Which task can you outsource? Make a list of those. And how much time do these tasks take? Make a list of all of them. You want to be super specific here. So the next question you want to ask yourself before you hire a VA and you go on your search and recruitment headhunt, you want to know what personality type would complement your style of working. What strengths will complement your weaknesses? Not all people are your people, but also I wouldn't hire a clone of myself, right? Hire people who have strengths where you have weaknesses. If you're disorganized, hire somebody who loves structure and order. If you're passive, hire somebody who can be direct and ask exactly for what they need to get the job done. If you're forgetful, hire somebody who can help you remember important things and remind you about important dates and events. Do you see what I mean there? Kasia says, oh, this is important and not so obvious. Yeah, we often want to hire people we really like. And yes, we want to get on with our team members, but we also want them to complement us rather than be exactly the same as us with the same struggles and the same shortcomings and the same strengths. We want to balance our team out. You want to get on with them, but you want to be different to them. Then the next thing you need to do is you need to determine what values are you looking for in your team. Make a list of the values that are important to you in your business. It is crucial if you want everyone on your team to be connected, on board with your mission and understand what motivates you. It will motivate them to get the job done. It will make them feel like they're part of something bigger than helping you make it. And you will all get on because you'll prioritize similar things. Okay? The next thing you want to ask yourself to get that clarity before hiring VA is, what is your budget? You know, you need to have some budget in mind. Now that you know what sort of tasks you need outsourcing and you know how much time they actually take, you can start looking at your budget. What's the maximum you can invest each month in supporting your business? Are your tasks big and require special expert knowledge, or are they small and anyone can get them done? So for example, if the tasks you want to outsource come up to like 10 hours a week, that gives you roughly 45 hours per month if we count that there's 4.5 weeks in each month. So if your budget is only $500 per month, you can only pay someone $11 an hour. So you might want to increase that budget to get a high quality VA. And the same, if your budget is $750, then your rate will be, the rate you can afford is only $16 an hour. These are quite low rates, and the more advanced tasks you want done, you need to expect that they will cost more. There are obviously super cheap VAs out there, and there are super expensive ones for the ones that value themselves and the services because they know they can get a job done a lot faster than others, right? And to a higher standard. So think about how much money you want to invest. What's the complexity of the tasks that need to be performed? Do they need to have special knowledge, or can you train them? In my business, I've had VAs anywhere from $9 an hour to $45 an hour. So I had a whole range, and there is a big difference, right? It depends on your project. So have a think about the budget that you have. Then ask yourself, will I be paying them performance-based commission or not? Is it the flat rate that I'm happy to pay, or will I give them commission-based benefit based on the amount of the results that they bring into the business? So if you want them to go and promote your freebie, depending on how many people sign up for that freebie, do you want to give them a percentage as an affiliate commission, performance-based commission? In the past, I used to pay one of my VAs extra $100 for every appointment set that she did on my account. And that really motivated her, made her happier to go out there and do it more. Okay, so it's important that we value our team members, and that we reward them somehow. But you don't have to do that. It's up to you. It's your business. You have to decide. So if other tasks performance-based, then will you be paying any commission on top of their flat hourly rate? And then lastly, you need to ask yourself, have I developed standard operating procedures in my business? And if not, do I want my new VA to develop them for me? So do you know what standard operating procedures are? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know while I sip my tea and my voice recovers a bit. Hi Ina, lovely to see you here. So standard operating procedures, for short SOPs, are those things that we do in our business over and over again. That for us, they sort of come on autopilot, and they also like uniform to our business. For example, the way you send a newsletter each week. What do you put in it? How does it look like? How do you update your spreadsheets with your upcoming sales and expenses? These are your standard operating procedures. Updating your sheets with expenses is a perfect example of one. So standard your SOPs would be like manuals for your VA to follow through when she needs to do something. Basically like a training vault for them. Like a cheat sheet on how to get things done in your business. So it's always done in a uniform way to you, to your business, to the way you get things done. So if you haven't developed those yet, you can ask your VA after you've trained her to start recording how she do things and accumulate those SOPs somewhere in Google Drive or somewhere. So next time you hire another VA or a new VA, you have them already and you don't have to spend so much time explaining how to get things done. But instead, they have a training vault that they can access at any point and see, okay, she wants me to do this thing. This is how we do that thing in this business. So I'm going to go ahead and do it without having too many questions and having too many slip-ups. Okay, so you can use Loom to create your SOPs. You can use Google Drive. You can write out manuals. You can do all that stuff, but also you can ask your new VA after she's been working with you to create those for you. So it makes it easier to expand your team after you've done that. So now you've got some clarity. Brilliant. What's next? You may be asking yourself. Yes, it is really cool, Kasia, because it makes such a big difference, especially as you expand your team and you've got more and more people coming on. You don't want to be repeating yourself, and you don't want to be explaining yourself and spending time training more, doing more training that's unnecessary because it could just be replicated somewhere. So you want to start doing that. But yes, so where do you look for a VA? There's so many different ways to find a VA, and we've got one, Isabella, right here. If you're looking for a bilingual legal VA, we've got one right here. But how do you look for a VA? Okay, so the best way is to actually ask for a good referral. You've got business besties. We all have industry peers. We are in tons of business Facebook groups. You might want to ask some of your friends and peers for recommendation, because they already know that the VA is an absolute rock star. They already know what sort of how easy or difficult it was to work with them. They already know what to expect. But just because they were great with some other person doesn't mean that they're going to work amazingly with you, because obviously you're unique, you're different, you have different working style, you've got different personality, different expectations, and a probably slightly different set of tasks. So you still have to interview them. But doing this, asking for a referral, is probably the best way to find a VA. The next best way is probably to look on platforms like Fiverr and Upwork. If you don't know what they are, these are like freelancing platforms where you can find I can't speak today, guys. I don't know if it's the T, the laryngitis. Freelancer. That's easier. Okay. It's a freelancing platform. So there, lots of freelancers post their job offerings. They say, hey, I can do this, and this for you. I'll be a social media VA and I will help you repurpose your content, do this, and that. Or I'll be your legal VA and I will take care of all of your contracts, client onboarding, and legal matters, your terms and conditions and policies, etc. I am a tech VA and I will set up all of your CRMs and website backend systems and stuff like that. Yes, Kasia, my voice sounds different because I think I've got beginnings of laryngitis. But I think everyone has it at the moment, so it's not just me. I don't feel sick, I just sound sick. Yeah. So Upwork is great. Create an account there, and we will talk about how to find a VA there in just a second. But create an account there and have a little browse and all the different VAs that you can find there. Unless you obviously answered all of those questions above, and it turns out that you don't need a VA, you need a social media manager or a coach or a launch strategist. And you can find some of them there too. Maybe you need a funnel builder. Maybe you need a website developer. We've been using VA a little bit too broadly recently, I think, in our industry. But there are VAs that can do anything. So you need to find one that works for you. So yeah, have a look on Fiverr and Upwork. And the reason I love Upwork, for example, is that you're completely protected, which means that if you hire a VA, you're going to pay her up front, but she's not receiving that money until she has completed the work. Not only that, her screen will be checked once in a while to say that she is on the clock, actually doing the things that she's meant to be doing. So you don't feel like you're being charged for the work that hasn't been done. And they also are ensured to receive the money for their valued work, right? So I like working for Upwork, and a lot of the VAs that will be recommended to you will probably also use Upwork for that matter. Sorry, notification. Okay, the next way to find a VA is to ask around in Facebook groups where VAs hang out and look for names that are most recommended. And then you need to create a listing either on Upwork or in Facebook groups. So whether you decide to use Upwork, Fiverr, Facebook groups, or another freelancing service, you're going to need to create a listing that specifically tells the potential VA of yours what is it that you're looking for, what are your expectations, what tasks you're looking to outsource. You can also mention things like your budget, what are you going to offer them as your team member? Will they receive any training from you, or do you expect them to know everything already? And things like that. So create a strong listing by telling them exactly, specifically what you need to do, what you need done. Creating a post in a Facebook group that says, "Hey, I'm looking for a VA," is not going to bring you the best results, and you're going to get hundreds of people say, "Hey, I'll be your VA, book a call, sign up here," and they're just general VAs. They don't know what you're looking for. They don't know what you need in your business. You've got to be clear on what you need, and you've got to tell them exactly what you need from the get-go before they enter the application process, which is the thing that we're moving on to next. Before you hire a VA, you have to create some sort of application process, because there'll be a lot of people coming your way. Unless you obviously go on Upwork and Fiverr and just go and source it yourself. So one small hack that will help you know if your VA can not only apply for the thing, but she can also follow instructions. You can ask them to do something super specific in their email to you. Like, I've been taught this trick by one of my past clients. For example, you can ask in your listing, you can ask the VAs to put a specific random word in the subject line, and it'll prove that they, one, read the listing and didn't just blindly apply. Okay, so that they have self-identified as your ideal team member. And the next thing is that they can actually follow instructions, that they can do what you're asking them to do. So I suggest that you do that, but you want to also, in your application process, ask lots of questions. So create a questionnaire with some simulated situation that might happen in your business, how they would respond. Ask them about their experience. Ask them what's the style of work that they prefer. Ask them, and very important, you need to know this, you have to ask your future VA if she is the person that's going to be doing the work for you. Because in the past, I have hired somebody, and it turns out that she wasn't my VA. Somebody she hired was my VA, and that person completely kept messing up things that were very obviously wrong in my business. No matter how much I was trying to ask for changes and etc., there were constantly problems because I wasn't communicating with my VA. I was communicating with somebody who was telling me they were my VA, but actually it was a VA they hired that was doing the work on my business for me. And that wasn't very nice because that person had access to all of my passwords, etc., and my accounts, and I didn't even know who they were. I didn't know their name. So yeah, that was very frustrating. So that's why you need to be asking, am I hiring you? And are you specifically going to work for me and communicate with me? Or am I hiring a VA for your agency? Because people don't make this always obvious. It's very, very important. So make sure that you do a good questionnaire. You can set this up in Calendly before you speak to people. You can do a type form questionnaire for people to apply through. That way you will filter out people who have read your listing, who know exactly, who have the skills that you're looking for, who have the personality types you're looking for, who have the experience you're looking for, and who are in your budget. Okay, so make sure that you do a great questionnaire on Typeform or Calendly or whatever you're using to screen people. The next part, after you've received all of those application forms, there'll be a lot of them, I suppose. A lot of the times I see people do this, they get like 80, 100 people apply. So you want to schedule some interviews. Once you've filtered through those applications, you've seen the obvious baddies and the goodies, and you've got like your top 5, you might want to start interviewing people. And I recommend that you do interview your VAs and look for their reviews before you make a decision. because it is a personal thing. You're outsourcing. You don't want to burn yourself on the first hatch, because then you'll shoot yourself in the foot, because then there will be a limiting belief in your head that, you know, oh, it's easier to get things done on my own. It was more hassle than it was worth. I'm not hiring a VA ever again. And the truth is that is a limiting belief. People are out there to help you, but it is on us as leaders, as CEOs, to choose the right person. And we have to do this for a process and choose the right person. And, you know, if they don't work, we have to be prepared to let them go if it doesn't work after several attempts to make it work. So have an interview, prepare some questions for the interview, ask away, have a chat, see if you both click, see if those strengths they've got match your weaknesses, etc. See if they've got experience completing the tasks that you want completed, and have fun with it. Then you get to decide. And the decision is all yours. And once you've decided, it's time to get them welcomed, onboarded, send them a contract, give them access to the training or arrange training with them. Set some communication expectations, the scope of work you expect them to do. You want to set their start date. You want to find out how they prefer to have the password shared with them and how you prefer to do that. How you're going to be doing their check-ins and how often you'll be checking on their work. And you want to set some goals for you and the VA to achieve, some goals or KPIs that you both want to work to. So it's clear, the expectations are clear. Okay, I think that's it for today. Was this helpful? I hope it was. And I hope that you have tons of fun hiring a VA. It is a little bit overwhelming at first, and there is a little bit of work you need to do before you hire a VA, just so you find somebody who has a great shot of working with you on great terms, and you both experience great success doing it together. It can be an amazing feeling having somebody have your back if you hire a good VA, but also on the downside of it, if you get tempted by extremely low prices sometimes, you will find that it is very stressful and frustrating. And letting anyone go, it's hard. It's not a nice thing that we can do in our business. So it's better to have a longer hiring process than a longer letting go process when things are obviously not working, not to your liking. That's why you need all that clarity we spoke about earlier. And by the way, I don't know if you know this, but you still today have the chance to get the free trial to my membership, when we're going to be getting a lot more trainings like this every single month. And not only that, we've got Q&As and coaching threads, accountability and consistency structures built into the membership, so you can build a successful coaching business in 2022. So if you have been thinking about joining my low-cost membership and starting with a free 7-day trial today, it's only like less than $2.50 a day to join. It's absolutely insane price for the amount of value that you're going to be getting in there. So I suggest you do that. I'm going to drop the link in the comments so you can have a look. And I can't wait to see you on the other side. We've had plenty of people join already. I can't wait to see you there too. We're kicking things off properly next week. And yeah, I hope you have a fantastic end of your Thursday, whether you're watching this in the morning or in the evening. And have fun hiring a VA. I'll see you in the membership. Have a great night. Bye.